Hello my friends, Dr. Mandell here. If you're over 60, there's something very important you need to hear today, because after this age, your body is no longer working the same way it used to. You start losing something critical, muscle mass. And the truth is, once that loss begins, it doesn't just affect your strength. It affects your balance, your joints, your metabolism, and even your brain function. They call it aging, but the truth is, it's not time that weakens your body. It's the slow disappearance of something your cells once produced in abundance. It's silent, invisible, and yet it determines how you move, how you heal, and even how long you live. After 60, it begins to fade away like sand slipping through your fingers. That something is collagen. Your body is built on it. It holds your muscles, it cushions your joints, it keeps your skin firm and your tendons strong. Collagen is the glue that literally keeps you together. But what happens when that glue weakens? When the body stops making enough of it to maintain your muscles, that's when the real aging begins. And for millions of people over 60, this hidden process is stealing their strength without them even realizing it. Every decade after 30, you lose up to 8% of your muscle mass. By 60, you could have lost nearly 1/3 of the muscle you once had. Scientists call it sarcopenia, a slow, devastating decline in muscle fibers that robs people of their independence, their energy, and their ability to live without pain. But new research reveals something hopeful. This loss isn't permanent. You can reverse it, and one of the most surprising ways to do it starts with restoring collagen. Collagen isn't just about beauty or skin, it's about biology. It's a complex protein made of amino acids that form the connective tissue between muscles and bones. Think of it like the steel framework of a skyscraper. Without that framework, the whole structure collapses. After 60, your body's natural collagen production drops by nearly 50%. That's why older adults often experience weaker grip strength, thinner legs, aching knees, slower recovery, and sagging skin. It's not age, it's deficiency. A groundbreaking study published in the British Journal of Nutrition found that older adults who took collagen peptides daily for just 12 weeks, combined with light resistance training, showed significant increases in muscle mass and strength compared to those who didn't. The secret lies in how collagen supports the muscle fibers themselves. When you consume collagen peptides, your body breaks them into amino acids, glycine, proline, and hydroxyproline, and sends them directly to areas of tissue repair. Your muscles recognize these building blocks and start to rebuild. This isn't theory, it's physiology. Your body has a remarkable ability to regenerate when given the right fuel. And collagen peptides are one of the purest, most bioavailable forms of protein your muscles can use, especially after 60. Unlike traditional whey or soy proteins, collagen targets connective tissue, the tendons, ligaments, and fascia that anchor every muscle fiber. When those connections strengthen, your muscles respond faster and grow more efficiently. But there's more. Collagen has a unique relationship with mitochondria, the powerhouses of your cells. In aging muscles, mitochondrial function declines, reducing energy and endurance. Studies show that collagen amino acids help stabilize mitochondrial membranes, improving their efficiency and protecting them from oxidative damage. This means more energy, better muscle recovery, and less fatigue, even in your later years. Now imagine this, your morning coffee, the ritual you've done for decades, could become the moment you start reversing muscle loss. Adding 1 or 2 scoops of grass-fed collagen peptides to your coffee isn't a fad, it's science in action. Coffee's natural caffeine increases blood circulation, allowing the amino acids from collagen to reach your muscles faster. This combination creates a surge of repair at the cellular level. Within weeks, many older adults report that stairs feel easier, knees ache less, and energy levels rise. Within months, their body composition changes, more muscle, less fat, better balance. What's happening inside is profound. Muscle fibers thicken, tendons become more flexible, and tissues regain elasticity. This isn't just strength, it's rejuvenation. Doctors and researchers now refer to collagen as the forgotten protein of longevity, because beyond its role in muscles, it plays a vital part in maintaining joint lubrication, bone density, and even heart health. Collagen amino acids stimulate the production of nitric oxide, a molecule that widens blood vessels, enhancing circulation and oxygen delivery to working muscles. Better blood flow means better nutrient absorption, faster recovery, and a lower risk of injury. But here's the shocking truth. The average person over 60 consumes less than half the collagen their body needs to maintain optimal function. Modern diets stripped of bone broth, connective meats, and natural gelatin have left most people collagen deficient. That deficiency doesn't just age your skin, it accelerates muscle breakdown. Every cup of coffee without collagen, every skipped protein meal slowly chips away at the body's ability to hold itself together. Yet the solution is so simple it almost sounds unbelievable. A scoop of collagen peptides a day, hydrolyzed for maximum absorption, provides the missing amino acids your body no longer makes. Clinical nutritionists suggest that within 8 to 12 weeks, measurable changes occur: stronger muscles, thicker hair, smoother skin, and improved joint flexibility. Because when collagen returns to your system, everything built upon it begins to repair. Now think about this. You can't stop the clock, but you can change how your body ages. The loss of collagen may be inevitable, but replacing it is a choice. Every sip of collagen-rich coffee sends a message to your cells: rebuild, restore, renew. This is not about vanity, it's about vitality, it's about walking without fear of falling. It's about carrying your grandchildren without pain. It's about reclaiming the strength that time tried to steal. Science now shows that muscle loss after 60 isn't destiny, it's deficiency, and deficiencies can be corrected. Collagen peptides don't just slow aging, they strengthen the very framework of life inside you. They give your body the tools to fight back, to rebuild what was lost, and to stay strong far beyond what most people believe is possible. Every morning, when you add collagen to your coffee, remember this: you are not just making a drink, you are making a decision. A decision to give your body what it's been silently asking for: the structure, the support, the strength it needs to keep you moving forward. Because the moment you begin restoring collagen, you're not just reversing muscle loss. You're rewriting your body's future one sip at a time. Every morning begins the same way for millions of people. The sound of coffee brewing, that deep aroma filling the air. The first sip that wakes up the mind. But few realize that inside that cup lies a window of opportunity, a moment when your body is most ready to rebuild itself. Because for a few short hours after waking, your metabolism, your circulation, and your cellular absorption are at their peak. It's the perfect time to feed your muscles, to trigger recovery, and to reverse years of decline. And that's where the fusion of two simple elements, coffee and collagen, changes everything. For decades, coffee was labeled just a stimulant, a morning crutch. But modern science paints a very different picture. Researchers from Harvard and Johns Hopkins now confirm that moderate coffee consumption is linked to longer lifespan, improved brain function, and even lower risk of certain chronic diseases. Why? Because caffeine increases blood flow, enhances nutrient delivery, and activates thermogenesis, the process by which your body burns fat for energy. Coffee isn't just a drink, it's a metabolic switch. Now combine that metabolic activation with collagen peptides, the most abundant protein in the human body, responsible for muscle, joint, and tissue repair. The synergy between these two substances is nothing short of remarkable. When caffeine elevates your heart rate and widens your blood vessels, collagen's amino acids, glycine, proline, and hydroxyproline, are transported more efficiently through the bloodstream. This means faster absorption, deeper penetration into muscle tissue, and a stronger, more sustained rebuilding process. It's like opening every highway in your body at once and sending construction crews exactly where they're needed most. A 2021 study from the International Journal of Sport Nutrition and Exercise Metabolism discovered that caffeine alone can increase muscle contractility by up to 11%. But when combined with protein supplementation, especially collagen, participants experienced not only higher energy during workouts, but also greater muscle recovery afterward. The conclusion was clear: caffeine primes the body, collagen repairs it. Together, they act as catalyst and builder. Imagine your muscles as a construction site. Coffee is the foreman shouting, "Wake up! Let's get moving." Collagen is the concrete truck arriving with the raw materials. Without the signal, nothing starts. Without the material, nothing gets built. But together, progress happens fast. Here's the part that shocks many people: after the age of 60, blood flow to skeletal muscles drops by nearly 30%. This is one reason older adults struggle to gain or even maintain muscle mass. But caffeine temporarily counteracts that decline by increasing circulation, literally pushing nutrients into muscle cells. When collagen peptides are present in the bloodstream at the same time, your body doesn't just have energy, it has the tools to rebuild what aging has broken down. Another study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that consuming collagen peptides within 1 hour of exercise led to measurable increases in lean muscle tissue and tendon stiffness in older adults. Add coffee to the equation, and that absorption window opens even wider. You're not just drinking a beverage, you're creating a biochemical event, one that ignites repair from the inside out. But let's step beyond muscles for a moment. Collagen and caffeine together influence something deeper: your mitochondria, the microscopic engines that produce energy in every cell. Caffeine activates them, increasing cellular respiration. Collagen supplies the amino acids needed to maintain their membranes. It's a 1-2 punch that revives tired cells and slows mitochondrial aging, a key driver of fatigue and weakness in seniors. And then there's the gut connection. Collagen supports the integrity of the intestinal lining, while coffee stimulates digestion and bile flow. When taken together, they enhance nutrient absorption across the board, meaning your body extracts more value from every meal you eat. Over time, this small daily habit compounds into real transformation: stronger muscles, better joints, clearer skin, sharper focus, steadier energy. Skeptics often ask, can something this simple really make a difference? The answer is in the data. In Japan, where collagen drinks are part of daily culture, rates of sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss, are significantly lower than in Western nations. Scientists attribute this partly to collagen supplementation combined with active lifestyles and strong coffee consumption. It's not a miracle, it's consistent cellular nourishment. So how does this look in real life? When you wake up, your cortisol naturally spikes, your body's way of saying, let's start the day. At that moment, your cells are primed for nutrient uptake. You sip your coffee, your heart rate rises slightly, your blood vessels open, and your metabolism lights up. Add 1 or 2 scoops of hydrolyzed collagen peptides, preferably grass-fed and unflavored, and within minutes those amino acids enter circulation. By the time you finish that cup, your body is already using them to rebuild collagen matrices in your muscles, skin, and joints. The transformation isn't overnight. It's quiet, steady cellular. But within 6 to 8 weeks, research shows measurable increases in muscle tone, grip strength, and skin elasticity. It's as if the body finally remembers how to heal again. Because in truth, it always could, it just needed the raw materials delivered to the right place at the right time. And here's the emotional truth that no study can fully capture: strength after 60 isn't about vanity. It's about freedom, it's about walking without pain, lifting without fear, and living without limits. Every cup of collagen-infused coffee is a small rebellion against decline. It's you telling your body, I'm not done yet. So tomorrow morning, when you brew that coffee, pause for a second. Listen to the hiss of the steam, the warmth of the cup in your hands. Realize that in this simple ritual lies a powerful act of self-care backed by hard science. You're not just waking up your mind, you're waking up your cells, your circulation, your strength. You're turning an everyday habit into a daily dose of renewal. Because the truth is, synergy is what keeps life going. The heart beats because electricity and muscle work together. The lungs function because oxygen and blood cooperate. And in the same way, coffee and collagen unite to give your body the spark and structure it needs to keep moving forward. Science can explain the chemistry, but you will feel the difference in your energy, in your recovery, in the way you stand taller and move easier. And that feeling, my friends, is proof that your body still listens when you give it what it needs. So don't skip your coffee. Upgrade it, add collagen, stir in the strength you deserve. Because sometimes the most powerful medicine doesn't come from a lab or a prescription. It comes from the choices you make before sunrise, 1 cup at a time. Every year after 40, something begins to vanish quietly inside you. It's not youth, it's not energy, it's something far more fundamental: muscle. The living fabric that holds your strength, your posture, your metabolism, your confidence. You don't feel it disappearing at first. But one morning you notice the stairs feel heavier, your balance feels different, and what once felt effortless now demands effort. That's the beginning of what science calls sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss. And it's one of the most underestimated killers of vitality on Earth. Because when muscle fades, life itself begins to fade with it. Muscle is not just tissue, it's the currency of longevity. It decides how you age, how you heal, and how long you stay independent. In 2019, a study in The Lancet Public Health revealed that adults with higher muscle mass had up to a 50% lower risk of early mortality, regardless of weight or diet. That means muscle isn't just for athletes or bodybuilders, it's the foundation of life after 60. Yet millions of people lose up to 1% of their muscle mass every single year after midlife, often without realizing what's at stake. When muscle declines, metabolism slows, fat accumulates, insulin resistance increases, and inflammation rises. Weak muscles mean weak immunity, poor balance, brittle bones, and slower recovery from even minor injuries. Researchers at UCLA found that maintaining lean muscle mass is a better predictor of longevity than body mass index or even cholesterol levels. Muscle keeps the body burning energy, circulating oxygen, and producing hormones that protect the brain and heart. Without it, the body begins to shut down piece by piece. But here's the powerful truth: muscle loss isn't inevitable. It's reversible. Every cell in your body is listening, waiting for a reason to rebuild. The key isn't just exercise or diet, it's consistency, nourishment, and a biochemical signal that tells your body, grow again. And the science is stunning. In a 2020 study published in Age and Aging, participants over 70 who practiced light resistance training and increased their protein intake regained up to 10% of their muscle mass in just 3 months, not in their 20s, but in their 70s. The human body never forgets how to heal. It simply needs the right conditions. Think about what muscle does beyond strength. It acts as your body's glucose regulator, storing and burning sugar instead of letting it circulate as fat. It releases myokines, powerful anti-inflammatory molecules that protect your heart, brain, and immune system. It cushions your joints, stabilizes your spine, and protects your organs. It's your body's armor against time. When you lose that armor, you lose balance, literally and metabolically. That's why falls are the leading cause of injury-related death among older adults. It's not the fall itself that kills, it's the fragility that precedes it. Imagine this: 2 people, both 70 years old. One with active, maintained muscle mass, the other sedentary. The first person's body still burns calories efficiently, keeps blood sugar balanced, and repairs itself quickly after strain. The second person's body has lost that natural repair power. Recovery slows, fat accumulates, and every injury becomes a potential crisis. The difference between those 2 lives isn't luck, it's muscle. Yet we treat muscle like an aesthetic goal instead of what it truly is: a biological shield against aging. Researchers at Tufts University call skeletal muscle the organ of longevity because it influences every system: cardiovascular, metabolic, endocrine, even cognitive. When you preserve muscle, you preserve memory. Studies from the University of Sydney show that older adults with stronger leg muscles have significantly better brain performance and slower cognitive decline. Your mind literally depends on your muscle. Here's the part most people never hear: losing muscle doesn't just make you weaker. It changes your hormones. Testosterone, estrogen, and growth hormone decline faster without physical resistance or sufficient amino acids. The less you move, the faster your muscle disappears. The faster your muscle disappears, the faster your hormones collapse. It's a vicious loop of weakness that feeds on itself. But the moment you begin to rebuild muscle, even with simple exercises, even with light resistance bands or walking uphill, that loop reverses. Growth hormone increases, insulin sensitivity improves, fat begins to melt, energy returns, and your posture begins to reclaim its natural strength. Nutrition plays an equally critical role. Without adequate protein and key nutrients like collagen, peptides, vitamin D, and omega-3s, your body simply doesn't have the raw materials to rebuild. That's why experts recommend at least 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight daily after 60, far more than most older adults consume. Because you can't build what you don't feed. When protein intake is too low, your body begins to break down existing muscle for survival. But when it's high enough, the opposite happens: muscles repair faster, joints ache less, and the body's internal architecture strengthens. Science now sees muscle as medicine. In 2022, the Journal of Cachexia, Sarcopenia and Muscle reported that maintaining lean mass reduces all-cause mortality by 40% regardless of weight. It's more predictive of lifespan than cholesterol, blood pressure, or even body fat. And the reason is simple: muscle doesn't just move you, it heals you. It stores amino acids used in wound repair, it regulates inflammation, and it communicates directly with your immune system. When you protect your muscle, you're protecting your life. Yet the tragedy is, most people don't start fighting for it until it's almost gone. They wait until pain, stiffness, or fatigue forces them to notice. But the earlier you begin, even small, steady habits, the stronger the outcome. 5 minutes of resistance training, a protein-rich breakfast, hydration, sunlight, and a daily dose of collagen or amino acids. These are not small actions, they are investments in longevity. Look at the blue zones, regions where people live longer than anywhere else. Okinawa, Sardinia, Nicoya. Their secret isn't genetics, it's movement and nourishment. They walk, they climb, they lift, they stay active well into their 80s and 90s. They maintain muscle not by accident, but by lifestyle. Their muscles never retire, and neither should yours. Because every pound of muscle you keep after 60 is a deposit in your longevity account. It's what allows you to walk independently, to dance with your grandchildren, to live without fear of falling, to stay vibrant instead of fragile. You don't have to chase youth, you can build resilience, and resilience looks like muscle. So when you lift that light weight, take that extra walk, or add that scoop of collagen to your coffee, you're not just building strength, you're extending life. You're keeping your blood pumping, your metabolism alive, your brain alert, your spirit young. The body you build in your 60s will determine the freedom you have in your 80s. Muscle is not a symbol of vanity. It's a promise of longevity. It's your insurance policy against decay. It's the voice of your biology saying, I'm still here. I can still grow. And when you listen to that voice, feed it, move it, challenge it, your body responds in kind, stronger, faster, more alive, because the truth is simple. Age will try to take your muscle. But if you fight for it with movement, with nutrition, with purpose, that fight becomes your fountain of youth. The day you decide to protect your muscle is the day you stop aging passively and start living actively. Your body isn't done. It's waiting. And every move you make tells it. Keep going. I hope this information helps you, my friends. Share this with someone who needs it. Stay healthy, stay strong, and most importantly, stay positive. This is Dr. Mandell wishing you peace, love, and good health.